our condolences. Before I begin, I would like to extend our condolences on behalf of Mahdi Mosque for the unfortunate attacks of only yesterday on the day of the Nowruz, which has killed 6 and injured 20 in Kabul, in Karaki. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease the pain of the families that are suffering there, as well as all the families that are suffering in New Zealand after what we saw last Friday. We also gather tonight to commemorate a lady that helps every Muslim woman find strength in times of turmoil. Sayyida Zainab alayhi salam, the granddaughter of the Holy Prophet. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I would be lying if I didn't tell you many thoughts have been running through my mind whilst preparing tonight's speech. Watching social media and the news over the last week have thrown so many mixed emotions. But finally I found what it is I'd like to say. Tonight, to welcome you all, I would like to share with you 2 thoughts of mine. One, of why I am proud to call myself Australian, and one of why I am proud to call myself Muslim. Darling Harbour has to be one of my favourite places to visit. Not because of the stunning scenery or the great views that our nation holds, but it's a small little water park where I get to sit and observe a little African child playing with my half-caste or triple caste or quadruple caste Iranian, Lebanese, Filipino, Australian child, playing with a little Asian child and playing with a little Australian. And the one thing they all have in common is their innocence and the fact that they live in this great nation. They don't see colour, they don't see culture, they only see humanity. And it has to be the most beautiful sight to watch. Because whether we like to admit it or not, as we grow older, we all have different prejudices that influence our mind, none of which were there when we were born. All of which were somehow or by someone influenced upon us, and we take them as beliefs. It's not because of what we know, it's because of what we've been told. But these children, they don't have that. And that's what gives me the firm belief of knowing that we live in the best country around the world. Once again, not because of our scenery, not even because of the security, but it's because of that really true miracle that we all get to live side by side and be so different, yet we come together on what's most important. And because of that, that's what makes Australia the luckiest country in the world. Why am I proud to be a Muslim? Because I believe in a God that says, we created you, both male and female, and made you into nations and tribes, so that you may get to know each other. And the best among you are the ones who are most God-conscious, the ones who are most self-aware, the ones who have the most self-control. And that's the God that I follow. And it gives me so much gratitude, honor, and pride to submit every day, 5 times a day, along with our New Zealand brothers and sisters, to this God of mercy, peace, and love. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The Muslim God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the God who sent the Holy Quran to a prophet in a time of great ignorance, where there was very, very few learned people, where there were not really many libraries, where the tone of literacy was through poetry. And his first word to this great prophet, who was unlettered, was read. Read to a community who never read. Read to a community of ignorance. Our God sought to rise the humankind through learning, through knowledge. And from that time until today, he taught us, this great prophet of mercy, that you forgive when you can take revenge. He taught us, this great prophet of mercy, that all of humankind are of two types, either your brother in faith or your equal in humanity. And for once, in a very, very long time, New Zealand actually showed that to us, and it has really been a sight for sore eyes. This holy book, being the leader of literacy, gave birth to hundreds and thousands of books, gave birth to hundreds and thousands of pieces of literature, and continues to do so for today. So it is without doubt that God teaches us to learn. He teaches us to break down the barriers. He teaches us to grow and to continuously search for the truth. Yet some choose not to do so. And Friday showed us the distinct path of two different directions. One of God and love, and one of hate and racism. And I do not need to tell you what the outcome is. We have seen it with our very own eyes. Our youth have also been reflecting. And tonight I would like to welcome one of our younger youth leaders who is growing very well to be a great leader in this community, who has written a poem with her reflections on what has happened in Christchurch. Please welcome Sabina Kani with Salawat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.